When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk.
Roots FM 96.1 on the FM band. It's now time for Mec We Talk Tuesdays with Jeffrey Tavares.
This is Mec We Talk Breaking News. Good morning, welcome to Mec We Talk on Roots 96.1 FM. News just coming in. Traffic along a section of Mandela Highway in central village St. Catherine is backed up as investigators probe a shooting. The scene is being probed by the police and also personnel from the Independent Commission of Investigation. That's news just coming in that a section of the Mandela Highway in St. Catherine in Central Village is backed up. Apparently there's a shooting along that section of the corridor. Welcome to Mec We Talk this morning. I am Jeffrey Tavares, your host. This morning I have with me none other than Mr. Michael Williams, the chairman of the National Democratic Movement. We'll be speaking about the National Integrity Commission. There are so many things going on in Jamaica and also in the United States. I think over the weekend in the United States, about 3 to 5 states have mass shooting. We get up this morning about shooting in Jamaica also, where the Gleaner is reporting, and also there's a tropical depression heading towards the Caribbean. There are so many things going on in the atmosphere and so many things going on in the land of wood and water. I must say welcome to all my viewers and listeners, wherever you listen from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean. This is Mec We Talk on Roots 96.1 FM and also on Jam Talk Vibes Radio. Also on the Mec We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel, Roots FM YouTube channel. You know, we live in a society where sometimes we ask ourselves the question, where is Jamaica going? Our leaders and former leaders see fit to have a forum in Jamaica along with the CARICOM heads of government, our CARICOM leaders, former Prime Minister Bruce Golding of Jamaica, former Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Dr. the Honorable Kenny Anthony, to see if they can solve Haiti's crime pandemic. Sometimes I wonder if these people, the Prime Minister of this country along with the former leaders of this country, ever see it fit to have a forum about Jamaica's crime pandemic and include members of the diaspora. But I don't think they see it fit to do that. My grandmother always tell me you have to dance a yard before you go abroad. You have to clean your house or your house before you go abroad, or before anybody come to your house. And Jamaica has some house cleaning to do. The rampant crime and violence in our country has gotten out of proportion. But I believe that the people who is governing our country cannot solve Jamaica's crime problem. And although we sit down in our country and say to ourselves, the politicians, many of us, we the Jamaican people, we the people of the land of wood and water, must come together and formulate a crime plan for this country. Because the two political parties are clueless. They are clueless. in the sense of solving Jamaica's crime problem. They're clueless. They do not know one thing they're doing. And this country gained independence in 1962. And if we should calculate from 1962 until now, how many Jamaicans have been gone down? I can see my good friend, Sir Michael Williams, joining us now. Michael, good morning to you. Are you hearing me, Michael?
Greetings.
How are you doing? Welcome to the program. I see you out and about, man. Are you hearing me, Michael? Mr. Williams? Oh, Lord. Mr. Michael Williams, are you hearing me?
I'm not hearing you so clearly.
Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me now? I don't know what's going on. I mean, everybody else is hearing me. What's going on with your audio, Mr. Sir Michael? You're hearing me now? I don't know. I think we have to try and fix Mr. Williams' audio. We want to speak to Mr. Michael Williams, chairman of the National Democratic Movement, on the Integrity Commission. Is it that the government is trying to silence the National Integrity Commission? We need to get Mr. Michael Williams' input on it. Mr. Williams, are you hearing us, sir? Mr. Williams, are you hearing us? I don't know what's going on. He's not hearing us, but I know other people are hearing. Is our audience hearing us? Not hearing me clearly, just bits and pieces. What's going on here? Are you hearing me now, Owen? I don't know what's going on. Everything is working good from my end. Lord. Is it they don't want me to talk this morning? We're going to say kumbaya or something of the sort? Okay, the station is hearing me clearly. Very good. That's all I want to hear. From when they hear me good, everything good. Oh, yes, and my audience on my YouTube channel may hear me loud and clear from Negril Point to Moran Point and all over the globe. We're trying to get back Mr. Michael Williams to come on to give us his views. Is it that the Andrew Holness administration is trying to silence the National Integrity Commission? Why is that members of the government, the ruling government, hasn't signed the code of ethics? Maybe, I should think so. Maybe his device is not working properly. Well, let us continue this talking. If you're in studio, you can join me, because Mr. Williams seems that his audio is not working, his thing is not working properly. So if you're in studio, you want to join me, go ahead, Mr. Brown. We're going to speak about the National Integrity Commission and the level of corruption that this country faces. The level of corruption that this country faces is unbelievable. By the way, before I go down that road, this evening at 3 o'clock Jamaica time, 4 o'clock US time, the Make We Talk program will be going live to Washington, D.C. with Herb Nelson Jr., Wilfred Radigan, and members of the American Congress read the trafficking of children. We're going to have a live forum on that. We're going to go live to Washington, D.C. this evening to have a forum on that. And the head of the forum will be Wilfred Radigan and Herb Nelson Jr. Generally, people, Jamaica is faced with a problem. And the problem that we're faced with, we can't continue as a nation saying that we want to go we have a 2030 vision to live, work, and raise family where? In what country? In what country? A country that is ramped up with corruption. And every time we blame politicians for corruption in this country, listen to me. It's not a politician that's corrupt, you know. You have sections of government entities that is corrupt. And I will call names. You have the Labor and Social Security, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Finance, and I can go on and on. You have some people who are permanent secretaries and managing directors of various government entities in this country. The National Solid Waste, and I will go on and on. They are corrupt, along with the parliament of this country. So every time we come on here, we bash politicians. We have some people who wear some neckties. I love to call them the people of the Vum Vavan, the Vum Vavi. And I don't know what is going on with them. Their hand is in the public kitty. And you have some people who work at the public hospitals in this country. And some doctors and nurses. Some doctors and nurses who, let us try Mr. Williams again. Some doctors and nurses, if you go there for an ultrasound, they say the ultrasound machine not working at the KPH. Them say, Michael, are you hearing me now? Mr. Williams? And there's something wrong with Mr. Williams' system, you know. Mr. Williams, are you hearing me? It look like the president of NDM don't want to talk. Mr. Williams, we're not getting through to Mr. Williams. We're going to try a different angle and try and get it through with him. When they send you go down to their private ultrasound to do an ultrasound at a private company, majority of the time, them same one own the company. Majority of the time, them same one own the company. And they lie to the people of this country. Are you hearing me now, Michael? Michael, are you hearing me? It's not going to work out with Michael this morning. I think he's on the road, that's why. He's on the road, that's why. And because they own the private companies, you know, they send the poor pauperizing Jamaicans who can't afford X-ray and ultrasound outside of the government companies to go down and do X-ray and ultrasound from their friend's company. Now I get to understand that a public hospital in this country has been paying some people who don't work there. They have scammed $2 million. They have scammed $2 million from a hospital. Paying people who don't work there. Michael Williams, you hearing us? Mr. Williams? Who don't work there? And all we do is say, oh, leave them alone, you know. And we go on with some things in this country that we're saying to ourselves, leave them alone, man. Because our friends own this place and our friends own that place. It needs to stop. And the time we take talking about we going Republican, we're going this and we're going that, clean up this country. Clean up this country. This country needs to be cleaned. This country needs to be cleaned up. It can't continue as business as usual. Michael Williams, are you hearing us? No, he's not hearing us at all. Something's wrong with the system. It needs to be cleaned. We're selling our souls for a piece of silver, a piece of gold. While this country is going down a slippery slope. And the two political parties no better. No better barrel, no better herring. I want to play something for you all to listen, you know. When they're ready to talk about corruption, this and corruption, that.
This is not working.
Michael, are you hearing us now?
It's not working.
Mr. Williams, are you hearing us?
I can't hear a word.
Something is wrong with your system, Sir Michael, because everybody else is hearing me. I want to play something for you all to hear, you know. And this minute you hear them quarreling in the House of Parliament. The two political parties quarreling with each other. No better barrel, no better herring. None of them is no better. All of them is the same. They get up every day. From 1962 until I've been doing the same thing. Listen to this.
We find the evidence that what we have today in Jamaica is the most corrupt administration that has ever held office in the history of our country since independence.
What is this man talking about? Well, make me make the statement, backed up by facts, that the PNP is the most corrupt political organization in the Caribbean.
Pushing scandal.
If you go back to 1989, which is a long time ago, you would hear about the Rollins land deal scandal.
Police use car scandal.
If you go back to 1990, you remember the zinc scandal after Hurricane Gilbert.
FLA scandal.
You have the furniture scandal. Then you have the Shell waiver scandal.
$8 million phone bill scandal.
Then you have a big scandal in 1992 over the illegal importation of motor vehicles. Then in 1993, we hear some man buy US dollar out of the back of them car all over. Big scandal.
$9 million travel scandal at TTD Cup. The government have more scandal in it than Riverton City have scandal back.
You hear about the corrupt distribution of land in Holland. You hear about the Operation Pride scandal. Then in 1997, you have the FinSac scandal.
And then we have this super scandal, the Petrotem scandal. That one have everything in it.
And then now you have the mother of all scandal, the traffic guru scandal. You remember that?
Friends of the government collecting money for travel, but not traveling.
The Montego Bay street people scandal. The fat cat salary scandal. You remember NetServe? Yes.
Friends of the government getting jobs at 3 times the pay that the previous occupants of the job had. While at the same time, long-serving, loyal, patriotic civil servants being fired from jobs.
Then you have the Sandals White House scandal. Then now, after that, you come up with the Cuban light bulb scandal. You remember that? You have the Hanover Parish Council scandal.
Friends of the government and active.
Friends of the government. You know, see how these two of them cussing each other? The two of them quarreling each other, you know. No better barrel, no better herring. Both of them, when they want the people to vote for them, Andrew knows long, Peter Mouth, whatever. Andrew knows this, Master Mark that. And they come in and they chat all kind of nonsense to the people of this country for them to vote for them. Well, while our education system is worse than Riverton Dump, our health system is worse than Riverton Dump. And those are the people we're talking about. They love the people of this country. Those are the people who are talking that they love the Jamaican people. Now tell me something now. How on earth can we have a country run by a bunch of numbskulls where termites eat at them brain? Who all they do is every 5 years they come and they talk all sort of nonsense to the people of this country. Every year, every 5 years, they come out and they say this and they say that. And the people of Jamaica continue voting for them. When are we going to stop? When are we going to wake up in this country and say to ourselves, where is Jamaica going? Huh? Where the country we love? The country that we claim that we love so much, where is it going? Is this the nation that we call land of wood and water when majority of Jamaicans don't have no water in the pipe? The breadbasket parish of St. Elizabeth, every year they have drought and nothing has been done about it. Yet we can spend over $2 billion on elections. And we can spend over $24 million on the bid to become Secretary General of the Commonwealth. When the people of Jamaica never tell Camilla Johnson Smith, nor Prime Minister Holness, to put up Camilla Johnson Smith as Secretary General of the Commonwealth. But yet $24 million has gone down the drain. 24 million of taxpayers' money went down the drain And when Wilfred Rattigan filed a lawsuit against Camilla Johnson Smith, they're going to say that he doesn't have any standing. The man is the whole of a Jamaican passport. He's a Jamaican citizen by birth. In Bana Waterhouse. In Groper Waterhouse. And he still eat tin mackerel and chicken back. So don't come and tell us that we don't have any standing in filing a lawsuit against a Jamaican citizen, a public official. Owen, if you're in stream, get a call from Mr. Michael Williams. Hopefully he can come on through phone. Huh? And these are the people who we continue putting back in year after year. Every 5 years, we swap a black dog for monkey. And when they come, they use some highfalutin words, fundamentally and democratically.
Jeffrey, are you hearing me?
Yes, Mr. Isis, go ahead.
You have a caller, but we're on a break. Do you want to acknowledge him? I think it's Mr. Williams.
Yes,
And
Mr. Williams, we're going to go for a commercial break and come back to you, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Isis, with the commercial break. We'll be right back here on Make We Talk with Roots 96.1 FM. Michael Williams coming up next. Yes. We'll be right back on the Make We Talk program with Mr. Michael Williams. He'll be our next guest coming up.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in
And Windows, 10% off kitchen sinks, water tanks, and pumps. 195 Hackleburg Road. Telephone 923-4560. New budget supplies. Always the best prices.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough.
Welcome back to Make We Talk on Roots 96.1 FM. Mr. Michael Williams with the NDM, welcome.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on, sir. We were having some technical difficulties earlier on. Sir Williams, what is your views on the Integrity Commission? Is it that the government is trying to silence them, sir?
That's correct. Ever since they presented two reports about the Prime Minister himself. The first report was when the Prime Minister was the Minister of Education. The Integrity Commission investigated a number of matters, and that report was delayed internally at the Integrity Commission.
Yes.
And by the time they were ready to present the report, they presented the report to Parliament on one day, and on the day after, the internal investigator at the Integrity Commission wrote a letter saying that the report cannot be used because it is out of date. But the only way the report could come to Parliament for public scrutiny was it to be tabled in Parliament, right? Although he couldn't be charged
Yes.
legally, in the matters to do with the report because it was outdated. The public still have a right to know what he did.
Indeed.
And that is the main issue. Then now, coming for a run as Prime Minister, because he registered his companies in St. Lucia, they at the Integrity Commission don't have access to a number of things that he wrote in the report concerning his companies. And they have not been able to verify his reports for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And what the Integrity Commission tried to do, because there's a law, there's a gag order at the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission wrote to Parliament to say that they must lift the gag order so that when things are being investigated, they could report on them from time to time, as is the case in any other investigation. The police investigation, the director of public prosecution, everybody. But the Parliament decided not to give the Integrity Commission that leverage, and the Integrity Commission wrote to Parliament to ask for it.
Yes.
And both sides of the House, both the JLP and the PNP, tried to block that so that the Integrity Commission can report until it is tabled in Parliament. So that is the crux of the matter. With the
Mr. Williams? Mr. Williams?
not to release the documents.
Okay. So, Mr. Williams, let me ask you a question. As a Jamaican citizen, what do you think the citizens of this country should do towards a government that is refusing to sign a paper that they're the one who created it, who created the Integrity Commission, and now the government of the country who created it is refusing to sign it?
Well, look, it is all come down to the quarrel that the Integrity Commission has with the Prime Minister and ex-Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
There are a number of matters that the Integrity Commission investigated. They investigated something to do with Bunting when he was the Minister of National Security as regards to gun license.
Right.
They also investigated something to do with Montague. National Security, because gun licensing in Jamaica is a big racket.
My God.
When you apply for a gun license, it is rumored that the present people before them can get a license, unless them have political connections with the party in power at the time.
Yes.
Unless them drop some big money, them can't get a license.
Oh.
The criteria for getting a license, the criteria for getting a gun license in Jamaica is very subjective. There is no set of principles that is used across the board to get a gun license. And although the police force is desperately short of police,
Yes.
and people literally have to defend themselves, you can't get a gun license to defend yourself.
Then, Mr. Williams.
There's a big racket in.
Then Michael Williams of the NDM. Let me say this to you, sir. Does it make any sense if a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force cannot go home with their gun because the government is the JSF is short of guns, and they can't go home with their guns? You're telling me this morning that
No.
members of the JSF can't even get a gun license?
They don't have enough guns. Remember, the JCF is very short of equipment, They don't even have enough bulletproof vests to give every member of the constabulary force. Much less to give them a gun to carry on with.
Mm.
You have to understand that for the last 20 years, both the JLP and the PNP has kept down the JCF. They have kept them down because the both of them have their own militia. You keep forgetting that this is not a regular country. This is not a regular country. This is a country that is ruled by 100 clansmen in association with the JLP and the PNP.
Go ahead, I'm hearing you, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sir Williams, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
The Integrity Commission is the last bastion of integrity in this country. And the JLP is trying to mash them down right now.
So tell me something now, Mr. Williams. If the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, headed by Andrew Nesbitt, the Prime Minister of this country, if they are trying to silence the Integrity Commission, then what is next in this country?
Well, that's a good question. The people of Jamaica, the intelligentsia, and the people who are supposed to be thinking straight, plenty of them are become partisan. And when the JLP and the PNP gang up against
we're losing your Michael Williams.
Your mic is open. Your mic is open, Miss Lady at Root FM.
Yes. Michael, go ahead. I'm hearing you.
Lady at Root FM. My mic is open.
Go ahead, Michael. We're hearing you.
Yes, but I'm hearing the lady at Roots FM.
Lord have mercy.
Trying to tell her, Miss that our mic is open.
Oh, when everyone is in the studio, can you not put Mr. Williams' mic and mic free, please? Because apparently he's hearing Miss Icy speaking in the background. Go ahead from the mic.
Okay, yes.
Is that okay now?
I'm still hearing her, but she turned it up. No, well, yes, I think it's okay now. But please, all right. Yes, Jeffrey. Yeah, all right. We have people who are not connected to either the JLP or the PNP to speak out about these things, right? Because right now, because of the salary issue, everybody in the PNP is supporting the JLP. So I'm still hearing you, Miss.
Michael, I think what I got to do, Mr. Williams, what I got to do is have you come back on my program this evening at 7 o'clock. We can speak some more about this. You don't mind coming back at 7 o'clock this evening, sir?
Well, 7 o'clock. I have another meeting at 7 o'clock today.
Well,
so can you put me on for tomorrow?
Yes, I can put you on tomorrow.
All right, put me on tomorrow.
Yes, sir, and I do apologize for the interference in the background there. Thank you very much, Michael Williams of the National Democratic Movement. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for coming on. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. That was Mr. Michael Williams of the National Democratic Movement. We will have him come on tomorrow on the Make We Talk YouTube channel to speak some more about what is going on. I must apologize to him for the interruption there in his phone call. You know, we live in a society wherein, honestly, I am fed up. I am fed up, and I'm sick of what is going on in this country of ours. if you speak out against the Labour Party, the Jamaican people style you as a member of the PNP. If you speak out against the PNP, some people here on social media style you as a member of the JLP. And because I have a name of a Tavares, some members of the social media have to say I'm a Labourite. Now, neither the Labour Party nor the PNP don't have to put on my 10 pound of chicken back on fire. I am not a member of any political party in this country. None whatsoever. Not one single. I came here by Labour pay, not by aeroplane or party plane. And it's full time for us in this country to stop this PNP and JLP shibangarang or bangarang. It's not putting us anywhere. It's not putting us anywhere whatsoever. We come on this program to speak about the issues facing our country. 10 pound of chicken back. The issues facing this country. And if who is listening and watching, can I say that Jamaica is going down a slippery slope? Our country is in need of help. And all you can talk is about PNP and JLP. I remember the PNP. I remember the JLP. I remember this. Huh? You have the SSL saga, where the current government lied to the people of this country that the Federal Bureau of Investigation is in Jamaica. Where? Where in Jamaica are they? Prime Minister Andrew Holness, tell the people of Jamaica, where in Jamaica is the Federal Bureau of Investigation? What is going on with the SSL saga, Prime Minister Holness? And Minister of Finance Nigel Clark? What is going on with the SSL saga? In any other modern democracy, somebody in government would address the people of this country pertaining to the multi-billion-dollar fraud in this country. A prime minister who had money in SSL, and when he found out what was going to happen to SSL, he pulled out his money. And until now, nobody can address the people of this country pertaining to the SSL saga. And they lied to us by telling us that the FBI is in Jamaica, the FBI this and the FBI that, and until nobody knows what the FBI is. What is going on? What is really going on in this country? Are we going to sit down in this country and allow these two political parties to continue to wreck this nation with a rampant corruption? You think Jamaica got to where it is now since Andrew Holness came into power? If some of us believe, if some of us on social media believe that Jamaica got to where it is now since Andrew Holness came into power, something wrong with it. The whole corruption has been going on from ever since this country became independent. from ever since this nation of ours become independent. And we sit down, and because we're die-hearted this and we're die-hearted that, we says nothing. And all we do, if a person come on social media who is speaking the truth, who don't believe in PNP or JLP, who believe in Jamaica, they label them. And if they have a last name that link with anybody in parliament, they label them. If they have a last name like my own, I'm being labeled as a part of as a Labourite, well, so be it. Who want to label me as a Labourite, that's up to no. I am speaking up for this country, where the poor class of Jamaicans are facing the pangs of hell in this country. I keep on saying they need to investigate the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, especially with the PAD program money. They need to investigate it because some hanky-panky going on down there. Poor people money not going to some people pack it down there. Nobody said the parliament alone then a thief. You have some high people, you know, some government ministers in this country who scamming left, right, and center. The Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. And we can name and go on and on. Nobody says only politicians alone robbing poor people in this country. Hello. If some scandal to bust out in this country, not even SSL. Not even SSL would stink so much. But no. Every day we talk about we are PNP and we are JLP. Because my band comes to me mama JLP. And my band comes to me papa JLP. Or PNP. So me a PNP and me a JLP. Well, let me make something clear this morning, you know. And I said it and I'll repeat myself again. I, Jeffrey Tavares, is not a member of any political party in this country. Not one member of any political party. I am a Jamaican citizen. And Jamaica come first for the I and I. Me. Okay? I don't come from any boom va va and boom va vi. I know what it's like to go to my bed hungry. I know what it's like to eat tin mackerel and bully beef and dumpling and breadfruit. I know what it's like to eat butter and rice. I know what it's like to eat butter and dumpling. And I don't forget where I'm coming from. But there are some people on this social media who forget where they come from. I can behave myself, you know, because if I ever talk on something, nobody not gonna like me, you know. The nation is in need of help. The country is in need of help. Jamaica is going down Timber Hill. You never hear about love asleep? Well, Jamaica is going on a suicide leap. Now I'm being told this morning that more toll plaza fee has gone up. 2023 to 2024. Class 1, $340. It still remained the same. Class 2, $550 is now $610. Class 3 is $1,020, still remain $1,020. Spanish Town Toll Plaza, Class 1, $240, new rate $255. Spanish Town Toll Plaza, same way. Class 2, current rate $370 is now $430. Spanish Town Toll Plaza, Class 3, $680 is now $750. Maypen leg of the toll plaza. Class 1, $190 is now $220. Class 2, $300 is now $350. Class 3 is $570 is now $630. Now, how in the name of Almighty God can people survive in this country? Huh? They're building all of these roads. All of these roads they're building. I said, mustn't build road. Build road. But you need to build some factories to create jobs for the people of our country. We need to. We need to build some factories that people can get jobs. Look at that poor little 8-year-old girl. That baby. Let's slit her throat. Is this the Jamaica we want to leave for our children? Is this the Jamaica? We're talking about a 2030 vision? Where people are suffering? I see people saying this, In any modern democracy, where a government cannot secure its people, provide jobs, proper healthcare, proper education, something is fundamentally wrong with the governing of the country. And if Mark Jefferson Golding come back in, if elections should call tomorrow morning, and Mark Golding go in, and they go on with his stupidness, I say I'm not liquor against them. Because I'm in a PNP nor JLP, me a Jamaican, and Jamaica come first for me. The nation is going down a road that it has no return of returning. We're knocking behind Haiti's back. We're bong, 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 bong. Whether we like it, yes or no, this country is knocking behind our sister Haiti back door. With the rampant corruption and killing in this country. That's where we're heading. That is where we are going, Jamaica. And if we don't do something as Jamaicans to stop it, Andrew Holness and Mark Holness can't do it. And we the people must do it. 2 million Jamaicans go to their bed hungry sometime. This is where we're heading. A nation that is going like this. What more? We come on here every day and we speak the same thing over and over. We're educating you people. And if you can't stand up and do something about it, there's nothing we can do. Other people in other countries, we not put up to certain things. Or we put up to a lot of things in this country. You know, this evening at 4 p.m., that's 3 p.m. Jamaica time, we'll be going live to Washington, D.C. with Herb Nelson Jr., Wilfred Radigan. And the topic will be human trafficking, I think. Yes, it will be human trafficking. And at 7 o'clock Jamaica time, we'll be having a program with Michael Williams, Conrad O'Brien. We're speaking about the corruption in our country and what needs to be done. So join me at that time. At 4 this evening, at 3 o'clock Jamaica time. We're live on our YouTube channel. We'll be speaking about human trafficking and other issues that is facing Jamaica. We'll be live from Washington, D.C. this evening. And at 7 p.m., we'll be live in the studios of Make We Talk with some other guests. Until you hear my voice again, I am Jeffrey Tavares saying, before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body. In service of my fellow citizens, I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace. To think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. May God bless you. May God bless Jamaica land we love. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. I am Jeffrey Tavares, thanking you. My co-host, my producer, Owen Brown and Dudley Thompson. At 1:30, that's 12:30 Jamaica time, the best news team in the inner city with Owen Brown and Dudley Thompson. I'm Jeffrey Tavares, returning to the studios of Roots 96.1 FM. Have a good evening, everyone.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.